Peace, y'all. What it do? It's your girl, Sissy. It is Fantastic Friday. I hope everybody's doing all right. I want to get into something, though. What if I told you it's beautiful to be yourself? What if I told you that you're beautiful? What if I told you life's trials and tribulations didn't make you ugly at all? It just made you who you're destined to be. And it was the divine putting a lighter under your asshole. What if I told you that you can do anything you put your mind to? What if I told you that you're just a pillar of light and when you walk in a room you shift that energy? What if I told you that you are probably a dream come true to somebody? What if I told you it's just a blessing to be you? Well, I'm here to tell you all that, and then some. You are beautiful. I see you, King. I see you, Queen. I see you, God. I see you, Goddess. We are all divine beings. So why would you want to be something other than what the fuck you are? Oh, because that motherfucker over there said so? No. Yo, be you. You the shit. You dope. You off the chain. And then some. You know why? Not only because I said so, but did you say so? Did you look in the mirror and say so? Because if not, this is just a friendly reminder that you should go take care of that and feel it. Because I see what I see, and I see a dope individual looking at me right now on the screen. I didn't even mean to do all that. You see how that divine time? I'm fucking with y'all. Not really. Be yourself. You're beautiful. You encourage others and don't even know that you're doing it. When you walk up in a room, you shift that motherfucking energy and probably don't even know that you're doing it. The people that energies shift because you walking in it don't even know why. And some might know why, but they don't even want to give you props on why. However it's perceived, it don't even matter. You need to walk like God sent you in that motherfucker, and you know that. You know why? Because it's a blessing to be who you are. It's a blessing to be who you are. You are divinely handpicked and don't even know how much of a blessing you truly are. Be you. I love it.
So I tried to record this last night, but this is so important to me. If you get a chance, please go and watch this woman's at Sissy XO's original video. Last night I think I had both the internal and external audio going at the same time, so it was like double playback. It just fucked up her whole message. But that message is so sweet and so heartfelt and so genuine. And it was absolutely what I needed in my spirit and in my soul. She talked about how, your past experiences haven't made you ugly. And I remember repeatedly, negative self-talk to myself about how, they have those cliches about how I look like life beat you up with a baseball bat. And I was like, damn, that's how I felt a lot of the time. And just this morning, I was, documenting my negative self-talk because I was like, this has got to stop. I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, and let me tell you, all the times that I had something negative to say about myself to myself. 6:05 a.m. My mom doesn't love me. People do not love me, like me, or care for me. It's pretty hard with no emotional love or support at all. This is all between 6:05 a.m. and 6:43 a.m. 6:43 a.m. I'm never going to have it. 6:54 a.m. A thought came, but I had closed out this document because I was like, I need to get to work. But then I opened it back. It literally came as soon as I closed it, so I wouldn't remember it, so I couldn't write it down. 6:59 a.m. Nobody cares about me. 7 o'clock a.m. Wow, that's crazy, because I was looking at the list of all those negative thoughts that came within an hour. That's almost, it's awful. And then even when I started to work out, I had random, 1 or 2 negative thoughts then. And for somebody to come and put something so positive out there, a lot of us that think like that or feel like that, we haven't had anybody have anything kind or loving or caring or sweet or nice to say to us period, in a long time. So when somebody just posts something like that, it speaks to our hearts and our souls and our spirits. And so I have to definitely say thank you for that. In addition to that, this is going to be too long. In addition to that, she also mentioned something about how when you walk into the room, you fill the room with joy or light or something like that. And that used to be true. That used to be me. And I made a post about what I was looking for, looking for people that in the past, somebody may have, everybody may have told them that, hey, you have a light, regardless of what age, race, sex, what financial background they came from, they would say it, you're a superstar, like literally the words, you are a superstar. And I bet people hate. And then after a while, though, because either you have a humble spirit or otherwise, or something like that. For me, because you have a humble spirit, you don't like to have people put you on a pedestal, so you shrink yourself. And then after that, you see people start to attack you, and then you start to shrink even more to the point. And then maybe you had, like me, I had a legal situation that came on top of that. So to the point where you no longer, not only did you not represent yourself as who you are, like she was saying, why would you want to be anything other than you? Not only did you not represent yourself as who you are, because you didn't like being put on a pedestal because you thought about how other people felt, but then you didn't represent who you were because you noticed that it made them feel such a way that you were being attacked. And then it got to the point where you shriveled up and you were no longer being you. You were pretending to be something so much lesser than what you are, I remember going home one time and my sister saying to me, oh, somebody must have lied to you. And I was just like, we have different personalities. She's now she's probably been taken over by life like me and aging, but she's real sassy and spicy with it, and I was just like, nobody hurt my feelings. I was like, nobody lied to me. What are you talking about? Because it's insinuating that you think you're cute and you think all that. I don't think any of that, and that's what a lot of people say to people that are mixed, whether you're really cute or not, But I was like, I never said it. She said, well, somebody should have lied to you then, and really, at this point in my life, somebody should lie to me, and somebody that should lie to me is me. And it's not even lie, it's the truth. I need to step in my greatness and step in who I am. And sometimes when you've been pushed down so far, you're afraid to speak up for who you are, or you're no longer who you are to a certain point. You have to build those things, that are innate to you back up again. But they're still there. The essence of you is still there, and, you can get it back. Like this morning, I was starting to post about, my technical business that I have. But then when I looked back over my work product, I was like, that's not what I used to do it like that, it needs some working. So I have to build back up. I'm not where I used to be. I've allowed myself to be crushed so much, and then, about all the things that are me, and I want to be truly transparent about it because I would love love and support. I would love people to care about me, even if it's not directly, even if it's just a private silent prayer that, oh, I hope she does well. There was a guy on here a couple of years ago who was doing really well. And I think he probably saw, because I probably don't see half the hate that I get, and probably half the subscribers are people that, don't talk to me, but talk about, I don't know. I'm so out of it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what goes on in the world, But it's just, he actually found me on a piece of social media, and he says, I pray and hope that you be successful. I never had anybody wish me well. He found me on a completely different social media platform. And that's all he had to say. Nothing more, nothing less. Never heard from that person again. But it broke my heart because it was so kind. My heart was broken in a good way. Haven't had anybody say truly sweet, genuine, good words or wish me well. I've had people tell me that, Maria, people really do wish you harm. And they were like, they'd never seen nothing like it. They kind of in a way wish me harm too, because so many other people do, and it's got to stop. We got to start loving ourselves. And thank you so much for that seed of love that you planted in me. I love you. Bye. And one last thing I wanted to talk about is the power dynamic. I spoke about how, there were times when people really, really put me on a pedestal. They said I had the aesthetic, the look, the intelligence, the smarts, on the path and so forth and so on. And this is everybody, no matter where I was, there were people where I went to a job and, this was banking industry, or the high level banking, analyst, not a banker or anything like that. And promoted jobs, changed jobs just because your charisma, your look, everything like that. And sometimes, it made me question things. But, I had people say, oh, did you go to business polishing school or something? And I was like, what is that? I'm from the hood. What are you talking about? I didn't talk like that back then, And so it made me turn my light down because I saw how it was dimming other people. Then I had situations where I worked somewhere and, Black people that I thought I was cool with, they spoke to me and the girl said to me, and this was when I was in college, she says, the reason we act like this is because this is a hard job. We got to do something to keep us up. Everybody don't look like you, And so that's what made me dim my light. But the thing about it, when people put you on a pedestal and you feel good about yourself, you're not boastful or bragful, you just standing in whatever that presence is. But when people start saying stuff like that denigrate other folks, then and you have a kind heart, you start shriveling yourself because you don't like that. You don't want anybody to feel a certain type of way. But then those people that were putting you on a pedestals, and those that were seeing that others were people were putting you on a pedestal, then when they start to see you abate, that you're not going to hold in your confidence and be the kind that attacks, then they start to attack you because they see that you're weak and they really hated you all along. You know what I'm saying? Then they start to look at that weakness and attack you. And then after a while, you start to shrink in more, and then people see the damage they can do. That legal situation with that job situation, it's just, that was a thing, oh, we can throw her under the dirt, And then when I was ordered to the homeless situation, oh, you can do anything to her. She's not going to do anything back anyway. And then the shock when people really wanted to bully me if anybody had cared, they probably would have really caused some physical harm to me. But they came to the realization, they was like shocked. They was like, don't nobody care about her. They were shocked because they was doing all this stuff. They was expecting somebody to speak up, jump in, it'd be a big fight. No, nobody cared. They literally could have done anything. And they did to a certain extent, No, really, like literally nobody cared. And that may have been my saving grace now when I think about it. I've walked the streets a lot of times by myself late at night, had cars stop, and I remember overhearing the guy as I was getting scared in the parking lot walk by. He says, you know what, you can really snatch her, and I bet nobody would even come looking for her. And then he changed his mind and went on about his business. Because a lot of times I think when people do harm to people and things like that, it's because of the clout too. Clout is part of it. That, hey, this person was so precious and all this to you, I can take her out just like that, or I can fuck up her whole life, The legal system kind of effed up mine a little bit, but not for permanent, because if I get through this, and, you say this a lot, but I'm almost 50 now, if you get through this, you get stronger. But I wasn't cognizant before. I was under the situation. So I'm cognizant now. I really need to, and I'm really funny about the semantics of it because I say I have my own business, but technically I guess I do, but when I say that, I need to actively perform at my own business. I need to have people to support me at my own business. I need to hit it hard, but it's a balancing act. And, I posted a recording yesterday that I got from, I think his name was Edwin Pernier or something like that. I redid a recording because I didn't want copyright issues, but I forget his name. But he was basically saying how, I don't know, it was deep. I have to go back and listen to it all over again. If you get a chance, the thing with the tiger, the long version, and me sitting up on a cliff, that's what I needed. And I had to speed it up to get it into the time frame needed. But you guys, I mean, it's so important, it's so important. Self-worth is so important. And very rarely will you find other people to plant seeds of self-worth into you, if it's not their job, and if it's just their job, that's not genuine. But sincerely and genuinely, this woman sincerely and genuinely sought to plant that seed in anybody who saw that message. And I'm so thankful. So thankful. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. But yeah.